All right, so let's talk about these Super Bowls, man. We haven't talked since the Super Bowls, really, like on the phone or anything. I'll start with the Atlanta one because I was there, and people have asked me this question 1,000 times, and I really haven't had a good answer. They're like, "What was halftime like?" And I have no idea what Bill said. I have no idea what y'all said. What did y'all actually say? How do we fix that?
I'd say a couple things that I remember mostly about that was, Julian sitting on the bike in the middle of the locker room, like 60-minute game. Jules always fucking around. We got him right where we want him, which we didn't.
Yeah, that's funny.
Which we didn't.
I was like, Jules, this is not a time for jokes, dude. Some people in here have never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I know you get to go home, but yeah, I'm going to never be the same.
Yeah, so Jules was, kind of keeping it light. That's a great part about sports. And, we went out there and just kind of kept battling and it ended up bouncing our way.
Dude, that was, I can literally remember sitting with Ninko before the game. And, we used to just like, me and Ninko used to commiserate or like, complain to each other, or like just be old together.
Yeah,
and
I know.
He got me immediately. Like he took me under his wing immediately. And then by the end of the year, I'm like playing psychiatrist for him. But we were sitting there, like, I'll never forget the conversation where he was like, dude, this is going to be awesome. But I'm just going to tell you, if you lose a Super Bowl, you're going to wish you went 0-16 and never sniffed it. He's like, it is the worst feeling on planet Earth.
Yeah, we have a saying around here that once you get to the playoffs, only one plane lands and everybody else crashes and burns in the ocean.
That is fucking morbid. But it's true.
It's the truth. And so, only one team's plane's going to land and everybody else is going to crash and burn. So, it's also that time of the year. It's either a hat and T-shirt game or it's a trash bag game. You're cleaning out your locker with trash bags, or you're, celebrating with some new hats and T-shirts. So we always like to be on that end of it, but can't always go that way.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you guys over the years, and some of these losses or wins predate like you being there as a position coach. But I always, when people are like, "Oh, the Patriots it's boring because they win too much," I'm like, do you know what goes into? I mean, there was a decade there where if you don't pick that ball off, if Malcolm doesn't pick that ball off, like you guys are empty-handed. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of losses in there. There's Denver. I remember watching the Denver tape. Y'all were pissed about that when our crop of free agents got there, and like people only see the wins. They don't pay attention to the losses. Like, which plane crash was the worst?
Well, you guys beating us in the Philly Super Bowl in 2017. That sucked.
Well, yeah, because you were on defense. But I mean, like,
well, yeah.
I mean, you're just like, fuck, man. But I mean, we caught lightning in a bottle. It was just one of those things, and that was the ultimate. Oh, we're playing the Patriots. The thing you always talk about, like, as if you could be any more psyched for a Super Bowl.
Typically, we have the target on our backs, but at the same time, like, I don't care who you're playing. You don't go into a game saying like, we don't have a shot, or, I don't think we're good enough. That kind of target on the back type of thing. It's like, you're going in to win every game. I don't care who you're playing against. So,
yeah.
I wouldn't understand the other side of it, but at least to me, it's like, expect everybody's best shot, whether you got a target on your back or not.
Yeah, I know. You definitely don't understand the other side of it. The other side of it is like almost easier in a lot of ways, because you're just like, like nobody expected us to beat you. We expected to beat you. I mean, like, we put the masks on all that shit, but that's a fun thing. It's a thing to get the fans involved. It's a thing to get the troops rallied, but we expect to win that game. But I'm not going to lie, dude. I was walking around the whole week asking guys, like, how much do you think we can score? Because, like Tom in the second half just starts, and Gronk and those guys like just started figuring us out. And it just became a thing. It was like, goddamn, who can get a stop? The Rams Super Bowl, the thing I always wonder about this, and I always say it, but I don't fully understand it as a lineman. Like, what does a Stephon Gilmore do for a defense in 2018, whatever it was, or 17, right? It was, I forget, I got my years mixed up, but that was the year you guys shut down the Rams, right?
18, yeah, he played well in 18. Then he was the, player of the year, defensive player of the year in 19. But yeah, the confidence you have with a corner like that, especially at such a passing, wide receiver, quarterback driven league, to have guys like him out there, along with many other good players. But to your question, Gilmore, it just gives you a lot of confidence and a lot of versatility defensively to do other things with other guys instead of having, to commit an extra player or, favor a side of the field because of a receiver. You could just kind of put Steph out there and let him go to work. And he always did that for us.
Did he ever have like a battle that you were just like, damn, like I can't wait to see Steph the way he's play this receiver? And is there ever a conversation that, with him, like where you say maybe we don't take away their best guy, like maybe it's too obvious to put Steph on the number one and erase this guy, like we throw in a wrinkle? Like what's that conversation like?
I'd say one of the great parts about Steph was that he matched up against such a variety of receivers.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, he was on Cooks a decent amount, who's obviously a smaller, faster guy, but he matches up against big receivers, long speed guys or short area quickness guys. It didn't really matter to him. He could adjust his game. I mean, I'm sure he felt more comfortable going against one or the other, but he can match up against all those guys out there on the perimeter. And we've done it. We've done a couple ways where, put him on their number one and hope that he's going to lock that matchup down, or put him on, one of the next tier guys and put the help over to the other side. So he's done it all, and he's done it very well.
That was such a crazy game because, I mean, it was just like everything that they did all year they couldn't do. And I was even surprised, attending the game, having played with y'all. I knew you would throw wrinkles at them, and I knew you would change the terms of the game, but it just was so low scoring. It was incredible. The biggest play of the game was the Gronk bomb. Yep. I mean, if not for that, I mean, maybe it's like a 3-3 ball game going in overtime.
I know it was much better change than the Philly game where we couldn't stop anything.
Yeah, that was. You know what? After the Philly game, after our game, I said to my friends, I was like, watch how good their defense gets. I was like, just watch how fucking mad they're gonna be and how much they commit to like. I was like, if I know Coach from 1 year. Like they're not gonna. If they're gonna lose, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose a 9-3 game. They're not. Yeah. They're not doing this anymore. So Malcolm, he's back. Butler, one of my old teammates. Like I always say this: the Patriots. There's something about them where guys come back, right? And I think that's pretty cool. Like Van Noy's been back. A whole host of guys have been back. Some have been back like twice. I feel like.
Yeah.
Malcolm is like the perfect Patriot Way guy to me because. He made one of the biggest plays in franchise history. Yep. He also had to sit down for a Super Bowl, like on short notice. Yep. And that's like the full range of emotions. Like it's about what you're doing right now. You know what I mean? Yep. To top that off, he's back now. So like he's not even mad about it. He's just like, is that what being a Patriot's about? Is it just like riding the wave and making yourself available? Is that the Patriot way? Is that like, what is the Patriot way? I'm just thinking about Malcolm. I was thinking about it this week and I was like, damn, he's back. He put all that in the rear view. He was available when he had to be. He made the biggest play. He paid attention to something in practice. He had the key. He executed. Then another Super Bowl, he's got to sit. And now he's back. Like, what do you say about that?
I mean, I don't want to speak for Malcolm, but just those guys who come back. We got Jamie back last year.
Collins, yeah.
For the kind of the second stint. Guys like Trent Brown. It's a long list of players, but for me personally, I just like it to be fair. Like I think for those guys, again, you'd have to ask them to get the real answer, but they know they're confident in their skill set as they should be. And if they're the best player here, then they're going to play. And we try and do that to the best of our ability and not overcommit to somebody just because of the investment we put in them, but give them a chance to go out and compete. And if they're the best, then let them go play.
Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.